About the Global Learning XPRIZE and how we might go about mounting a New Zealand-based entry into the prize. This is also available as a slide speech presentation. You remember back in December we talked about how the XPRIZE combines a vision with a demonstration of a breakthrough to provide hope of the solution to some of the world's grand challenges. So Lucas has already given us a talk about, can it be done? Yes, it emphatically can. So I want to touch on the second question of how. How can we actually achieve the goals that are set out in the Global Learning XPRIZE? Well, there probably are three parts to that answer that have to do with how the team is organized, the technology that's used, and how the learning is actually going to take place. And I'll just speak briefly to each of these points. First of all, on the forum xprize.org website, C. Scott Namian has put up a very well thought out post called Building a Team to Compete for the Prize. Many of the next few slides come from his comments. He really suggests that we start by establishing a particular platform on which yes, it is. The system will be deployed. It's going to have to be populated with content and localized. All right. All good?
Yeah.
We need a management group, some creative people, some development people, academics who understand something about teaching and learning, or perhaps probably your family could help out on it, and someone to handle analytics to figure out whether or not the whole system is working the way we expect it to. And this might break out in a team of 10 would have perhaps a team manager and a marketing manager, maybe a designer and a storyteller handling some of the creatives, programmers. Because the solution has to be delivered via an Android app, there would be probably a systems programmer and some application programmers involved, the teacher, the tester, and maybe a statistician or data analyst handling the analytics at the back end of this thing. If the team is organized that way, some of the technology, again, Scott has provided a very helpful sort of thought piece in another post on the forum called What Might the Submission Actually Look Like? And he's offered a demonstration of a map-based narrative where learners would explore by clicking on these map tiles to launch a whole variety of learning activities in perhaps the different skill or subject areas that would be necessary to compete in the prize. So there would be ultimately a whole suite of apps behind that sort of front end or interface involving telling some kind of a story, providing a long-running kind of adventure narrative, and ideally connecting with the learner on some emotional level, so that they would, as Lucas suggested, come out feeling like they can win, like they're heroes in the story, and it can all be personalized for each learner in that way. So what kind of learning are we talking about here? Well, you're going to have to put content into any platform like this, and while I don't know what the ultimate sort of literacy and numeracy content is like, what I can talk about is some of the available content that's out there today. And I'll just mention Wikipedia, YouTube, and this whole phenomenon of the massively open online courses. Briefly, 6% of the world's population actually accesses Wikipedia every month. This is the Wikipedia report card that's available from the Wikimedia Foundation labs. As of November 2014, nearly 500 million people are visiting the Wikipedia website every month. And then the other lines on the graph show the split of that by the sort of continental regions, which the number is as low as it is, 6%, because really 3/4 of the world's population in Asia and Africa, only about 2 or 3% of the people are accessing Wikipedia today. Whereas if you're in Europe, 1 in 4 people are actually making use of this online reference resource. And the reason is really pretty simple. It's something that's free, it's always on, always available, and it gives you access to very frequently useful knowledge. What's even more interesting is that the services called Pediaphone and Spoken Wikipedia would allow you to listen to all of this content, either with a computer-generated voice or with a human voice recording for selected articles. Alexa is a service that measures the popularity of websites and gives us a list of the top 500 websites on the web at any time, and Wikipedia ranks currently at number 7 in the world. Of course, Google's 1 and Facebook is 2. Number 3, YouTube, is remarkable in that it's not only more popular than Wikipedia, but the time spent by a user of YouTube on a daily basis is about 4 times what the typical user spends on Wikipedia. So watching videos is significantly more popular than just reading. But part of that video consumption may be its use of the use of video in these massively open online courses, which I've just enrolled to take part in one that's coming up called E-Learning Ecologies, a course that it says here introduces innovative approaches to learning and teaching with a focus on the use of e-learning and social web technologies, which of course has its recorded lecture component. But the course emphasizes that e-learning has some very unique distinguishing characteristics relative to classroom learning, and they call them the 7 affordances of e-learning. The ubiquity, the knowledge-making, multimodal feedback, and so forth. To learn more about these, I suggest you enroll in the course yourself. The ultimate goal, when all of this new technology and a team is organized to deliver a winning XPRIZE, Global Learning XPRIZE app, will be able to experience a free, always-on learning device. And I think that is really a spectacular and exciting goal for this initiative to pursue.